Oh, hello. Oh, do you notice how the weather is changing? The air is snappy and fresh. The leaves are brown or falling down. Oh, I don't know. It's a pleasure to be alive. Of course, this is also the kind of weather where you have to be very careful. It blows hot and cold, and it also blows colds and sneezes and etc. and all the other etc. that shouldn't happen. So be extra careful. Now more than ever is the time you may need ribitol, because everybody needs to be sure that they have enough of the vital elements in ribitol to build up their resistance, to help keep you from getting cold after cold, to keep you from feeling too tired too often. And could there be a better time than now to try ribitol, when you can try ribitol free? I mean it, free, for nothing. Just do this. Go to your drugstore and buy the 100-size bottle of ribitol, and with it your drugstore will give you a regular $1.98 size bottle free. Try it for 7 little days only. You must feel, I don't know, like a new person. Absolutely. In just 7 little days, or you can get your money back. Every penny. And still you can keep the $1.98 bottle as a present. So get your free ribitol immediately and at once. Do it.
Mal, dear?
Yes?
My friend Moishe Sandoval is coming over tonight, all right?
What do you mean? Of course it's all right. You have to ask me such a question, of course. How is your friend Moishe Sandoval?
Who sees him? For weeks already I didn't see him in the park.
Yeah.
Ask him for supper sometimes, Molly.
What do you mean? It'd be my pleasure to ask him.
Busy man lately, my friend Moishe.
Tell me, what is his business?
We're playing cards, Molly.
So what did I ask? I asked a question. Well, what is his business?
Do I know? If he's not in the park, he's busy with something.
Yeah.
Must be having trouble with his phlebitis.
Yeah.
Last winter he had to go 4 times a week to get bathed.
In the clinic?
Yeah. Moishe's beginning to show his years.
Listen, young Moishe is not. After all, his hair is already white like snow.
Who would you say looks older, Moishe or me?
I would say the same, no?
About.
Well, why can't we play three-handed?
Why not?
All right.
Cards.
To tassel me out, yeah?
All right.
Oh, you know, David, darling, what your friend Moishe used to say to me.
Yeah?
Used to tell me when you were boys and you went to school, you were the smartest.
He said that?
Mm-hmm. And you're still the smartest.
To be smarter than Moishe is not such a compliment.
Yeah.
Moishe's a sweet man, but not a smart man.
Not everybody can be smart. You know what else he told me? He told me that he used to find the pretty girls, and you used to take them away from him.
Don't remind him. Don't remind him. To this day, as old as we are, that's the only thing he has against us.
Yeah.
Now the dishes are finished.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to practice, yes?
Now?
Yeah, why not now?
Well, if you're having company, I'll only be interrupted.
Anything not to practice. Rosalie, dear, please do me a favor and stop taking piano lessons already. Let it be final, let it be finished already. Let me sell the piano at least. I'll buy a break front. I'll have room for my knickknacks at least.
No, so she'll practice later.
That's an attitude.
Saved by the bell.
I'll do my homework now.
You'll do your homework and you'll also practice.
One
You'll
minute.
also practice or stop with the piano.
1 minute. Hello, David. Hello. Well, I'll kill myself. Moishe, that's you? Well, I'm going to kill myself. When is your bar mitzvah, Moishe? Rosalie, bring your Uncle David a glass of water, please.
What's so what? So my hair is black, not white.
Molly, Jake, say a word.
Well, what is there to say, David?
You're going to a masquerade ball?
So foolish I look.
Oh, Moishe, what did you do to yourself?
If a man is as old as he looks, do I have to look my age? If my heart is young, why should my hair be gray?
I'm going to fix something.
Moishe.
What has inspired this metamorphosis?
A reason there must be.
Molly,
Yes.
are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
Cherchez la femme.
And what is that?
A woman in the case.
Yes.
A man don't dye his hair just willy-nilly.
Oh, you really think it's cherchez la femme?
I only hope he can afford it.
Listen, darling, he can afford it like David can afford it. His son Louis, the lawyer, supports him like Sally, the doctor, supports David.
I wonder who the woman is.
Listen, we'll ask a few questions, so we'll get some answers, so we'll know.
You're not asking any questions, so you don't have to concern yourself with the
I'm not
answers.
asking any questions.
No
Did I say
questions,
I'm
Mama.
asking questions? Silent.
All right.
Silent, I am. Silent. David, darling, take a little fruit.
I took.
Yeah.
So let me look at you again. Let me look.
What's there to look?
You'll be ashamed now to introduce me, to say, this is my friend, we went to school together, we were bar mitzvah together, we grew up together, huh, Moshe? Maybe now you'll say, this is my grandfather.
Ah.
Moshe, this all is not for nothing. This is not for nothing. Where did you disappear in the park? I didn't see you for weeks. I didn't see you in the park on the bench. Moshe, what is her name? And why are you making yourself foolish?
Why foolish?
Maybe you're going to get married here, too?
I hope so.
That you were ever a smart man.
Wait until you meet her. You'll change your mind.
How old is she?
She's younger than me.
Where did you meet her?
On the cemetery. Her husband was laying next to my wife. So she was crying, I was crying. She looked at me, I looked at her.
Was love at first look? Moshe?
It's all right, David. All my good friends should feel like I feel at my age.
So when will I meet her?
Well, after we are married, if you'll invite us, we'll come over.
But why after you're married? This is not 40 years ago, Moshe.
What do you mean?
Oh, you forgot already. Moshe, you remember Shana Helena?
David, if you can take Jenny away from me, then she's yours.
I don't want.
Tea. Hello, everybody. Tea, Moshe.
Come, Moshe, we'll have it. Okay? Mark, dear.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
It looks like my friend Moshe Sandoval's going to get married.
Oh?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Sammy?
Sammy. Hi, Moshe.
Sammy, maybe you could read a letter for me. It's in French and it's from Kansas City.
Well, I'll try.
Sure, Sammy
Who
had
do you
3
know
years.
that's French?
Kansas City?
Maybe it's from Jenny's first husband's family. That's where they live. Well, Sammy, huh?
3 years in high school and in college French. Well,
Well, I'll have to study it a little.
Yeah.
Ma, where's my French-English dictionary?
French English? Oh, I think it's in the kitchen. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's different.
What is it? What's the G?
It's a good thing I read it over, Ma, before I translated it to
What?
him. Maybe I better read it to you before I read it to Moisha.
So terrible? No.
Sammy, well, did you find the
Yeah,
dictionary?
I'm looking this way. The tea will get cold, Moshe.
Yes, it's all right.
The tea will get cold.
Dear Mr. Moisha Sandoval,
Yeah.
dear sir, I'm sorry I have to write this letter in French, but
Yeah.
Well, for how long does it have to?
Let me hear.
Dear Mr. Moisha Sandoval, dear sir, I'm sorry I have to write this letter in French, but
Well,
I'm crippled
Sammy,
up.
so long it takes to use a dictionary, I could have done that also.
No, Samuel Bell.
Dear Mr. Moisha Sandoval,
Yeah?
dear
Yeah.
sir, I'm sorry I have to write this letter in French, but I'm crippled up with arthritis and cannot write myself.
Yeah, so.
My dressmaker is kind enough to write this letter for me.
Yeah.
I just heard from my sister-in-law, Jenny, that you are getting married and you are the victim. My deepest sympathy goes out to you.
Go inside a
All right.
minute, please.
All
David,
right.
go
I
inside.
have to listen further.
If there is still time, save yourself from such a fate.
No?
She'll put you into an early grave like she did my brother.
Oh,
He killed himself providing her with all the things she demanded from him.
Dave.
Think well before you step your foot into what seems to be the Garden of Eden.
No.
With best wishes, I remember.
Well, Sammy, well...
It's for Mrs. Greengrass's sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
Samuel, why don't you write it over in English so Moshe can read the letter himself? Go, darling.
It's a nice letter.
Go.
Huh?
No. No.
Huh? What do you think of such a situation?
No.
The truth and only the truth, even if it hurts.
What then?
So
What
you come-
then?
Even if it hurts. Moshe. Moshe,
Yeah?
tell me, how is your this trouble?
Like I never had it.
Moshe, dear, tell me, how long do you know this Mrs. Greengrass?
I feel like I knew her all my life.
Moshe, am I your friend?
You are, but don't give me advice.
No?
David Moisha will see for himself.
Sammy finished?
Here it is, Uncle David.
Thank you. You don't want advice? Read it yourself. Read it. Read it. Don't want advice, no? Read it. No?
So what? What kind of a person writes such a letter? A poison letter is going to change my mind. Oh, no, then you don't know Moshe Sandolo. I should judge a person by a letter when I have the person to judge. Oh, no. Thank you very much, my good friends. Tomorrow night, if you'll give me permission, I'll be here with Mrs. Greengrass, and you'll see for yourself. Good night.
Good night, Moshe.
Good night, Moshe.
Good night.
Good night.
No, Mara, dear. Even at his age, love is blind. Blind. Molly, dear, I have to save my friend. If he was drowning in the ocean, would I think twice before I jump in to save him?
So what are you going to do, Dave?
Save him?
In just a moment, we'll return to the Goldbergs. But first, here is an important message.
An offer. In a moment, you'll learn how to get free a regular $1.98 bottle of famous Ributol Gelu-Caps. But first, meet Mrs. Mildred Fazen of Bayside, New York.
I was always so haggard and irritable. My druggist suggested Ributol, and since taking it, I feel like a new person.
Mrs. Fazen was not getting enough thiamine and riboflavin from her food. If for the same reason you too feel tired and worn out, Ributol can help you. That's why the Vitamin Corporation of America is giving away millions of regular $1.98 bottles of Ributol free. When you buy this 100-size bottle, you get the regular $1.98 Ributol at no extra cost. You must feel stronger, peppier in 7 days, or keep the $1.98 size as a gift and return the 100 size for full cash refund. You may never know how good you can feel until you've tried Ributol. Offer limited. Get your free Ributol now.
And now, back to the Goldbergs.
Mal, dear, if I'm still David and he's still Moshe, I'm not worried. A man can lose his looks, but not his personality. I don't want to give myself a compliment, but Moshe told you himself. He used to find the girls, and I used to take them away from him. I used to tell you, well, what I could do 40 years ago, maybe I can do now. Maybe.
Listen, David, and where's your consideration for the woman?
I'm only thinking of my friend. I'm only considerate of my friend. If she is fickle at her age, she doesn't deserve any consideration. But if she loves him like he thinks he does, well, then she'll win the prize.
Telephone? Somebody? Rosalie, you got already on my perfume, mine Cinderella, huh?
Uncle David, what did you do to your mustache?
Oh, whatever I'm doing only for my friend.
Hello? Oh, Dora. Well, no, we'll be up later. Well, I'm watching Love in Bloom. He's 82, and I don't know how old she is, but I'm going to stick around and find out. Well, maybe I can get a few pointers. Yeah, it's a friend of Uncle David's. Uh-huh. Well, you know, they're either too young or too old. They're either too good.
Who are you talking to?
Dora.
Well, let me speak
Here's
to
Sammy. Hold on.
Hi, Dora. Yeah, did Rosie tell you? Uncle David said love is love. What do you say, Dora?
Sammy, you embarrass me.
Oh, stop it. Yeah, we'll be up later. Okay. Bye.
I wouldn't miss this for anything. In fact, I'm not going to move out of this house until I meet Mrs. Jenny Greengrass, and don't you go either, Sammy.
Don't worry, I won't. This I want to see.
What?
Uncle
Stop
David
already. Stop already with Uncle David. Will you please? Stop it already. Let me go.
Mama, darling, we're not going to move until we see somebody else.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jenny, this is Molly, and Sammy, and
Hello,
Rosalie.
Mrs. Goldberg. I'm so glad to know you. Sammy and Rosalie have a party to go to, so they're leaving now. You're going to Dora's. Give my best regards to Dora. Yes, please.
Where
My
is
very
David?
best.
Where's
David, our guests are here. please sit down. Please.
Thank you.
David?
I was just reading Spinoza.
David, this is Jenny.
How do you do?
Oh, how do you... Is a name, please? I didn't catch it.
David Romaine.
Oh, David.
Please sit down now.
Sit down.
Please be seated.
Spinoza. Who was Spinoza, Moshe?
Spinoza was, he was a writer.
A writer of what?
Shall I tell the lady, monsieur?
Go ahead, David, please.
Benedict de Spinoza was a great philosopher. And his political philosophy...
Jenny.
But it's very interesting, very.
It's a pleasure to meet a lady so interested in higher learning.
Oh, but it's a pleasure also to meet a man of so much knowledge.
Well, when you come from a family of learned men, it's only natural.
Your grandfather, I remember.
Yes, I also remember. Very nice people. His grandfather was a glazier, and his father was a tinsmith.
But my son is a lawyer.
A criminal lawyer.
Criminal? Is that so? Oh, you didn't tell me that, Moshe.
But
And your son is...
My son is a doctor.
Specialist?
Westchester.
Oh, but do you know what it means to be a criminal lawyer?
What does it mean? It means mixing and mingling with criminals. But I mean, is your Louis is a very nice boy. But what culture can you get from criminals?
But
Let David talk, Moshe.
But he's talking nonsense.
So I'll keep quiet.
Moshe! Oh, talk, David, talk, please.
Benedict de Spinoza, what?
Some bonbons.
Oh, no, thank you very much, Mrs. Goldberg. Thank you.
You're married? When?
When do you expect to be married?
Oh, we were thinking,
Only thinking?
just thinking.
December the 15th.
Yes, we mentioned December 15th.
Yeah.
Maybe you would like to have this book?
But that's very kind of you, David. You know, my first husband was also a very educated man. Like you, David.
I am not so educated.
As far as...
You, Moshe, yes. I educated myself. I didn't stop where you stopped, Moshe.
Jenny, let's go.
Why? It's early yet.
Let's go.
Oh, you don't know what pleasure I had with this visit.
My pleasure.
Mrs. Goldberg, I had a wonderful
I'm
time
glad.
here. Thank you very
Bye.
much. Goodbye.
Goodbye, dear.
If you are in the park, we are always at the 181st Street entrance, where the sun is.
I shall be there, dear lady.
Jenny, let's go.
No? For a first meeting, not so bad, huh?
You, Mrs. Goldberg.
Rosalie, take the U-Haul.
Okay. Yes? Where's Mama? Oh, Mama, Mrs. Herman.
Coming.
Yes? Tell me, who was the lady I saw David walking with?
Oh, Moshe's friend.
It looked more like she was his lady friend the way he was holding her by the hand. Like Sir Walter Raleigh. He was carrying her across the puddles in the park.
Well, listen, darling, David is a gentleman.
I hope so.
Well, see you later, dear.
What are you making to supper?
Oh, a little this and that.
Me too.
Bye.
Darling.
Jake? Jake, where are you?
Yeah.
Jake?
Yeah.
Jake, I'm worried. I'm worried about David. Look how late it is and he's not home yet. Every time I mention Mrs. Greengrass, he changes the subject.
I suppose he's not the Don Juan he thought he was. His conquest of Mrs. Greengrass evidently takes a little longer than it would have taken 40 years ago.
Oh, so what's so laughable?
So what should I do, cry?
Amusing it's not. Come in, whoever you are.
Hello.
Oh,
hello, my
Moshe.
dear. Hello.
Where is David?
He's not with you?
No.
Well, when he went out, he said he was going to meet you and Mrs. Greengrass in the park.
Mrs. Greengrass, maybe he met. Me, he didn't meet.
All right. right, so sit down and wait for him.
That's what I came for, to wait for him and talk to him. And I have plenty to say, but plenty.
I'll fix something.
Jake? Sit down. Jake, I've got to save my friend David.
From what?
From what? From making a terrible mistake. You don't know what's going on. Whatever was in the letter, now I see it. Now I see it. My eyes are open, but David must be saved.
Don't worry about David.
But you don't know what I know.
Maybe I do. Whatever David is doing, he did to save you.
What do you mean?
Moshe, when David saw that letter, well, he's doing what he did 40 years ago.
Oy, that's wonderful. Now I feel better.
Sure.
And I thought it was really serious between David and Mrs. Greengrass.
Hello, David.
Hello, David.
Hello,
How
Mike.
come I didn't see you in the park?
Well,
Not you and not Jenny.
Jake, excuse us, please.
Oh, certainly.
Sit down, please.
All right. I am sitting.
Marcia, she don't love you.
No, so what shall I do? Kill myself. Jump off the Brooklyn Bridge. So we are both lucky. Jake told me everything. Thank you, David. I know you are a friend. David, when I first heard that letter...
Letter wasn't so terrible.
Yeah, but after the letter, I began to notice little things.
She's a wonderful person.
David.
Well, yes, Marcia. I love her and she loves me.
But David, the letter, then you
I don't need a letter to judge a person when I have the person to judge. Was I born yesterday? Well, I owe you an apology. I didn't mean it should finish this way, but excuse me. I'm opening.
Hello, darling.
Hello, dear. Hello. Marcia knows. Well, dear, Jake, I want you to meet your future. This is going to be your Aunt Jenny.
Excuse me?
There.
This was my letterbox by mistake.
Oh, thank you
You're
very,
very welcome.
Thank you very much, Miss Herman.
What is it, Molly?
Nothing at all.
Oh, Molly, dear, if you permit me, I would like to bake a strudel for David's birthday.
Oh, sure, why not?
When is your birthday, dear?
What? April? Diamonds, you know. My first husband never forgot it.
Diamond.
Letter from Kansas City.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I hope so. Oh, David. Jake. What'll be with David? Jake, I'm besides myself. I've come to mold, Jake. And you're not beside yourself.
Give David the letter, and maybe he'll come to his senses.
Well, dear, Jake, I don't want you to worry. She's a wonderful person. Wonderful.
Letter from Kansas City. David?
If it's from the same person that wrote the poison pen letter to Marcia, then I don't want to hear it. I'm tearing you up.
David.
I'm sorry.
David.
I'm sorry.
Don't jake me, Molly, because I have no solution.
A thunderbolt.
David, dear, do you ever go to your Sully's Country Club?
If you don't play golf, why do you need a club?
Why? It's never too late to learn, dear.
Yes, dear.
Hello? Speaking. Yeah?
Who is it?
Sally, the doctor. Yeah? No. Sally, you have to tell Papa every word, every syllable. Hold. David?
Yes, dear?
Telephone for you.
For me?
Person to person.
Excuse me for a minute. For me?
David,
Yes?
for you.
Hello? Oh, hello, Sally. Sally. Yeah? She spoke to you? You sure it was Mrs. Greengrass? My Jenny? Yeah. But I said an apartment of 4 rooms with an elevator. I said Miami, Florida for the winter. I said a cottage by the sea for the sun. I didn't. Well, Sally, don't get excited, Sally. I know. I will. Yeah. Molly, dear, help me. I think I know what she is. She is what she is. She's a gold miner.
Digger.
Whatever she is, she's not for me. Molly, help me.
Let me talk.
I will.
Let me talk.
I will. Molly, dear, she's...
Let me... Well, David?
Yes, dear?
So, tell me, when are you getting married?
Well,
Tell me, Mrs. Greengrass, when will you be eligible?
Eligible for what?
Social Security?
Social Security? But dear, not for 5 years.
That's not so long. Jake, darling, we kept company before we got married. How long was it? It was 8 years or it was 9 years?
9 years.
What, I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, with your Social Security and David's Social Security, so maybe you'll be able to manage and get along. I don't mean Miami in the winter or a cottage by the seashore in the summer. Yes, 4 rooms, but walking up.
What does this mean, David? I spoke to your Sally, the doctor.
Well, that you'll have to forget, Mrs. Greengrass, because Solly, the doctor, said he'll cut his father off without a penny if he'll get married.
David! That's not the way I understood it. Moshe, take me home, please.
But Jenny, I go uptown, Jenny. You go downtown.
I'll take you to the subway, Mrs. Greengrass.
Subway?
Mrs. Greengrass. Mrs. Greengrass. From now on, boys, stay out of the park. Listen, what's better than love? But there's love and love, foolish love, sensible love, and there comes a time in your life when you have to love yourself, and that's very important. If you love yourself, the whole world will love you. Why? Because if you take care of yourself, you'll keep yourself in good health. You'll be happy and a pleasure to all your loved ones. Let Ributol help you, please. Especially in this weather when anything can happen. An open window, a draft, a breeze, and 1, 2, 3, you're coughing and you're sneezing and you're aching all over. Avoid trouble and try Ributol. You see, everybody must have enough of energy that Ributol can give you to help you build up your resistance, and only Ributol can do it. Help make you feel stronger, bubbling with life and energy, and only Ributol gives you so much for so little. Little? Right now you can try Ributol free. Just buy the 100 size bottle and you get this big $1.98 size bottle free. Try it for just 7 days. And if you're not feeling stronger and better the way a person should feel, then take the 100 size bottle back and get your money back. And you keep the $1.98 size as a gift. So what can you lose? Nothing. What can you gain? Maybe the most precious thing in the whole world. So find out. Get Ributol and get it immediately and at once. I'm asking.
This is the